Altazor by Vicente Huidobro, Canto 2. Woman, the world is furnished by your eyes. Before the sky grows higher, before you the sky grows higher, the earth stretches out from rose to rose, and the air stretches out from dove to dove. Leaving you, leave a star in your place. Your lights fade like a passing ship, and my song enchanted follows you, like a faithful and melancholy snake, as you turn your head from behind some star. What battle rages in space? Those spears of light between the planets that glint of brutal armor, what bloodthirsty star refuses to yield? Wherever you are unhappy, sleepwalker, granter of infinity, may you walk through the forest of dreams. Here, I am lost to the desolate seas, alone like a feather falling from a bird in the night. Here I am in the cold tower, wrapped in the memory of your maritime lips, in the memory of your delights, your hair, unspinning, unpinned, and shining like the mountain streams. Were you meant to be blind that God gave you those hands? I'm asking again. The arches of your brows are a bridge for the troops of your eyes. Victory in the air secured by flower pride, the stones knocking, talk to you for me. The waves of skyless birds talk to you for me. The color of windless landscapes talks to you for me. The flock of tight-lipped sheep sleeping in your memory talks to you for me. The uncovered stream talks to you for me. The survivor's grass is tied to adventure, the adventure of light and blood on the horizon, unprotected as a flower that blows in the slightest wind. Prairies are lost in your fragile grace. The world is lost in your invisible motion. Everything is artifice when you appear with your dangerous light. Innocent harmony, unwearing, unforgetful, the element of a tear wheeling inward, made in silence and proud fear. You bring doubt to time and to the sky with intimations of infinity. Away from you everything is mortal. You fling affliction from earth, humiliated by night. Only those who think of you taste eternity. Here is your star passing, with your breath of weary distance, with your gestures and your ways of walking, with your magnetized space that greets you and separates us with leagues of night. And yet, I warn you, we are sewn to the same star. We are sewn by the same music that stretches from one to the other, by the same huge shadow shaking like a tree. Let us be a bit of that sky, that trunk where strange adventure passes, the adventure of the planet exploding into petals of dream. Uselessly, you try to evade my voice, to leap the walls of my praises. We are sewn to the same star. You are tied to the nightingale of the moons, whose throat contains a sacred rite. What matter to me the signs of the night and their roots and funereal echoes in my chest? What matter to me the luminous enigma, the emblem's illuminated chants, and those islands that travel fateless through the chaos to my eyes? What matter to me that the fear of the flower in space? What matter to me the name of the nothingness, the name of the infinite desert, or the will or the chance it represents, or if in fact that desert, or if in that desert every star is the desire for an oasis, or the banners of omen and death. Your breath is my atmosphere. The incredible security of your glance, with its intimate constellations, with its own language of seed. your face luminous as a ring of God, more solid than anything in the flora of the sky. Without the whirlwinds of the universe bucking like a horse that sees its shadow in the air, I'm asking again, were you meant to be mute that God gave you those eyes? Your voice is my total protection. That voice that comes from you in heartbeats, that voice in which eternity falls and shatters into phosphorescent beads. What would my life have been were you never born? A comet without its cape, dying of the cold. I found you like a teardrop in some forgotten book, with your name that had always ached in my chest, your name made of the sound of doves flying. You carry within your memory of other higher lives, of a God found somewhere, and at the bottom of yourself you recall what you were, the bird of yesteryear in the poet's key. I dream in sunken dreams, your long hair fastened to create the day, your long hair unfastened to create the night. Life studies itself in emptiness. In this world, only your eyes are alive. The only planetary system that doesn't wear down, serene skin anchored in the heights, free from all the nets and strategies, complete in its force of light. Behind you, life feels afraid, for if you are the depths of everything, the world becomes majestic when you go by. There is a sound of tears falling from the sky as you erase from my sleeping soul the bitterness of being alive. The world on my shoulders grows light. The joy of hearing the sound of the wind in your hair, I can recognize that sound from afar. When the ships founder and the river drags along the fallen trees, you are a lamp of flesh in the storm, with your hair in the wind, your hair where the sun goes to find its best dreams, the joy of watching you alone on the couch of the world, like the hand of a drowsy princess with your eyes that evoke a piano of smells, a sip of paroxysms. A flower that has given up perfuming. Your eyes hypnotize solitude like the wheel that keeps turning after the crash. The joy of watching you listen to that ray of light that runs to the bottom of the water, and for a long while you remain suspended, so many stars passing through the sieve of the sea. Nothing then has such emotion, not a mast begging for wind, nor a blind aeroplane touching the infinite, nor the emaciated dove asleep on a lament, nor the rainbow with its folded wings, more beautiful than a parabola of a poem's line, the parabola's evening bridge slung from soul to soul. Born in all places where I rest my eyes, with head lifted and hair in the wind, you are more beautiful than the neighing of a filly on a mountain, and the siren of a boat letting its soul escape, than a lighthouse searching for fog to save someone. You are more beautiful than a swallow crossing through the wind. You are the sound of the sea in summer. You are the sound of a busy street full of wonder. My glory is in your eyes, dressed in the elegance of your eyes, inwardly shining. I sit in the most sensitive corner of your glance, in the static silence of your unblinking lashes. An omen comes from the depths of your eyes, and an ocean breeze ripples your rises and your irises. Nothing compares to that legend of seeds you leave behind, to that voice searching a dead star to bring it back to life. Your voice creates an empire in space. And that hand reaching up as if it were hanging suns in the air, and that glance writing worlds of the infinite. And that head bending forward to listen to the murmur of eternity, and that foot as a festival for the hobbled roads, and those eyelids where the lightning bolts of the ether run aground, and that kiss that swells the bow of your lips, and that smile like a banner before your life, and that secret that moves the tides of your chest, asleep in the shade of your breasts. If you died, the stars, despite their kindled lamps, would lose their way. What would the universe become?